Good morning, fellow citizens, patriots, and peers. Today is Saturday, December 4th in the year 2021. This is Stephen Phillips reporting. Today I'm going to teach you how to spot mainstream media propaganda. We're going to go over and cover several key things that you can do to spot, identify, and nullify M.S.M propaganda. Then we're going to go over a few real-world examples of M.S.M manipulation of its viewers in order to spin a narrative and or narratives and or push an agenda. Finally, we're going to show you how using certain video editing techniques, virtually anyone can take a video and portray it in the context completely different, sometimes even opposite than the context in which it actually is. One of the first steps you can take to begin learning how to spot M.S.M propaganda is to ask yourself, how does it make you feel? Does it put you in a state of fear, anger, or rage? It is important to remember that when the mind is in a state of fear, its ability to problem solve and think clearly shuts down. This occurs because of the extreme negative emotional charge that is incited when the mind is in a fear or even rage state. These lower negative emotions are from a time when human beings were little more than fight or flight creatures of survival. When we become emotionally charged about something, it almost always blinds us and prevents us from thinking objectively, rationally, and critically, which is essential for empirical, data-based thinking, rationalization, and most importantly, problem solving. Therefore, if it does put you in a state of fear, anger, or rage, then the next thing we must do is determine whether the claim or segment that induced the state can be corroborated through third-party independent sources. If it can be corroborated, then we know that our emotional state was justifiably genuine. However, if it cannot be corroborated, then there's a very, very good chance that you are being gaslighted to induce an emotional reaction due to intentful manipulation. Okay, folks, next up I promised you I'd show you some real-world examples of the mainstream media using and manipulating the truth to spin a narrative and an agenda. And the first example up is in relation to the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and it is an article and video by New York Post smearing Rittenhouse, labeling him as a white supremacist, and basically, as of today, they have not updated the article to reflect the fact that they were wrong. So that's one thing. So let's go take a look at it and see for yourself. Okay, folks, so as we can clearly see, this is a New York Post article. Okay, this is the headline. Kyle Rittenhouse flashes white power sign at bar while out on bond. It's dated January 14th, 2021. Published at 2:06 p.m. Updated last on January 14th, 2021 at 4:47 p.m. Okay? Clearly the date down here says December 4th, 2021. Saturday. Now, you see how they tried to portray that, right? Correct? How they talked about the OK hand symbol being a white supremacy symbol and that he was, oh, he's a white supremacist because he did the OK hand symbol. No. You know what? I can completely 100% disprove beyond a shadow of a doubt the whole OK hand symbol being a white supremacist thing. Okay? And here's why. I'm going to show you another article. So, this article right here, how the alt-right co-opted the OK hand sign to fool the media, basically spells it out. The media has been manipulated by extremists, but focusing on the victims offers journalists a way to redress balance. So, basically, if you read this article, it tells you that this is where this originates from. Basically, users on a 4chan, on a site called 4chan, which is also, mind you, the origins of where the hacker group Anonymous came from. Okay, so keep that in mind as well, which they're known for exposing corruption, right? Correct? So, basically, they perpetrated a hoax to see if they could gaslight the extreme left into believing and running with the idea that the OK hand symbol was a gesture of white supremacy. Well, after they did this, it worked. In fact, we are actually seeing results of this over the last year and a half regarding the Rittenhouse case.
Flashing hand gestures used by white supremacists.
Specifically, when they tried to change his bail conditions or his bond conditions, we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was done intentionally to see if we could catch them and expose them in what they are doing and what they've been doing for a very long time, and it worked. And now we're seeing the aftermath of that. And they're going down because they just fucking dug their own graves.
Hear the chants from the crowd. Let's go, Brandon. Told me you were gonna kind of hang back.
CNN has less than 1 million viewers per day now because of this. And you know what? It's fucking beautiful because the people are waking up. The people aren't buying it anymore. They're getting hip to the mainstream media's bullshit and their propaganda and their toting of whoever's paying them off to keep toting their fucking lies. It's obvious. It's become so obvious now that is going on. It's so clear as day. Any rational person that has seen this cannot deny it. I kind of want to use this forum or episode format where we expose corruption and propaganda and how to spot it and how to overcome these deceitful and insidious tools that the powers that be are trying to force and control us with, which is contrary to everything that this country and our founding fathers stood for. So here is our proof that it worked, okay? September 26, 2019, on NPR. The OK hand gesture is now listed as the symbol of hate. So basically, this is basically the end result of the hypothesis of the hoax, and it worked. It worked beautifully. It worked basically. So now we see that reflecting in the New York Post. That's no pun intended, by the way. And basically, so that's your case right there. Story over, class over, case closed. Basically, you can't deny that. Feel free to look at all the links that I've referenced here for yourself and double check. In fact, I encourage you to do the legwork yourself and look and find out for yourself, because that's where you're going to get the truth at. That's where you're going to discover that we've been lied to for so long. And that's where you're going to wake up and be like, oh, shit. But this is for people that are on the verge of waking up and that need a little bit more guidance in how to discern that kind of propaganda and how to navigate it and completely see it for what it is and not let it affect you and drop it completely when you do encounter it. Pretend like it doesn't even exist and Don't even participate in that. Don't even give it the energy. Don't give it your time of day. Don't participate in it at all, in any way, shape, or form. Physically, mentally, or spiritually. Or emotionally. Especially emotionally. Now that we've seen some real-world examples, let's move on to the segment regarding the video editing techniques. So here's what I've done. I've taken Trump's inaugural speech from 2017, January 20th, and I've edited a portion of it in such a way that it appears that he is endorsing allegiance to prejudice. And so let me play that clip for you right here, right now, and I will play the original right after that so you can see the real context in which it was portrayed.
At the bedrock of our politics will be a total allegiance to prejudice. And through our loyalty to our country, we will rediscover our loyalty to each other.
And then, now here's the original clip in its real context.
At the bedrock of our politics will be a total allegiance to the United States of America. And through our loyalty to our country, we will rediscover our loyalty to each other. When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice.
So clearly, as we can see, it is very easy and very possible for virtually anyone to edit a video clip and portray it in a completely different context than it is in reality, based on this analysis alone. I hope you've found this informative, useful, and helpful in your daily, day-to-day practical lives. And we will be doing a video segment at least 10-15 minutes, at least once a week. We're eventually going to integrate this segment into a full 1-hour show on News for Us World, possibly starting weekly and potentially moving forward down the road as things progress. Hopefully daily. That's our objective. That's our ultimate goal. That's what we want to do. So those are our game plans for the near future. So stay posted, and we got some really exciting things coming. Some very exciting things. Until next time, this is Stephen Phillips out.